2/3 of younger whammies in Ontario are living with a mental health condition, survey suggests. And those 2/3 are the ones that answered honestly. The remaining 1/3 lied. I think it was Rothmus on Twitter pointed out that, whenever I call women crazy, I get called a misogynist or an ismphobe. And then they put out articles like this. Okay, I guess it's okay if the news calls them crazy. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's bad when I do it, but the news does it? Hey, okay. So 2/3 of younger whammies in Ontario are living with a mental health condition, a new survey commissioned by the Ontario Association of Social Workers has found. 2/3 that responded honestly. Then you got the remaining 1/3 that lied. The survey of 1,245 adults found that 44% of respondents either have a diagnosed mental health condition or believe that they are living with an undiagnosed mental health condition. And the others lied. But among younger whammies, ages 18 to 35, the percentage of respondents who said that they're dealing with mental health challenges was much higher. Now, what I find ironic about this like whole mental health angle is they are actually delisting a lot of things as mental health issues. So I would think the number is even higher just by virtue of that alone, because like for completely political reasons, like they removed things like gender dysphoria as that's no longer classified as a mental illness. So if you remove all those all the politics out of it, these numbers will be even higher. So approximately 66% of that group said they had been diagnosed or they had a diagnosed or undiagnosed mental health condition. And the other 34% lied. So men in that age group were also more likely to report mental health challenges, but not to the same extent. About 57% of that group reported living with a mental health condition. Now, are we talking men or are we talking soy boys? Because that's different. Like they're not the same thing. And I know there's a lot of soy boys in Canada, so yeah, the release of the survey coincides with International Whammies Day, which is a global movement intended to celebrate whammies achievements and push for gender parity. And oh God, look, notice they're not talking about equality anymore. Now it's equity or parity. The mask is slowly dropping, man. So it's an alarming situation that makes me want to sit up and take notice and hope that the rest of the country is doing the same, because whammies in particular were certainly impacted by many issues stemming out of the pandemic, including sadness, loneliness, anxiety, isolation, and depression. So extroverts had to live the life of an introvert for like 1 or 2 years and they completely fall apart. Meanwhile, introverts are forced to live the life of an extrovert all the damn time. And we're the problem if we complain about it. Yeah, you're not really going to get much sympathy from me there. DP Sir, CEO of Ontario Association of Social Workers, told CP24.com. I worry that if we don't find a way to address this, we're really affecting adults and whammies in particular. Lockdowns caused mental health issues, women most affected. The one survey shows that a lower proportion of older Ontarians are living with mental health condition, only about 31% for whammies and 55 and up, and 28% of men in the same age cohort. Maybe there's something to this, because like TFM keeps pointing out, like there's a direct correlation between women's happiness or an inverse correlation between women's happiness and their degree of empowerment. I wonder. Among middle-aged Ontarians between 35 and 54, meanwhile, a slight majority of women, 51%, said they're living with a small mental health condition, compared to 49% among men in the same age cohort. The survey also pointed to a significant need for mental health supports coming out of the pandemic. Approximately 31% of our respondents said they had accessed mental health supports within the last year, while another 10% said they tried to access supports but were unable to do so. I would like to know the reason why. This is one of those questions where they should have been asked to clarify too, because that would be interesting. So among those unable, the most common. Look, they did. Awesome. Most commonly cited reasons for not getting help were long wait lists, 61%. Well, that's what you have. That's what happens when you have socialized healthcare. High costs, 38%, and lack of referral from a family doctor, 33%. Younger women are more likely to access help, about 44% reported doing so in the last year compared to other age and gender cohorts. But a higher percentage of that group also reported being unable to get any help they needed and expressed frustrations with navigating the system. I wonder how many of them, like the doctors, just said, "There's nothing wrong with you. Shut up and leave me alone. I have real patients to deal with." I think for a long time now, we're seeing a lot of disparity between how women's and men's experience mental health. We know that it's very difficult to access support. Oh, this is sounding very transphobic here, though. Are you implying there's biological differences? So, especially with stigma, but for women's in particular, there's increased complications with litigious and contentious issues around pay equity and difficulty managing a home and discrimination, violence, and hate. This is why this problem's never going to be fixed, man. You guys just keep deflecting. It's always something else. It's never you. It's never anything you did. It's not that a lot of these issues are made up or blown out of proportion. No, no, no. It's the rest of society. I know what did Pig Roach say? I did nothing wrong. I did everything right, and I still lost. That's what this reads like to me. I was pressing buttons. There's a lot of stressors that come out of identifying as a woman. Oh, there we go. Got to make sure you appease the T's. And that really puts us at a higher risk of mental health issues, stressors, or even burnout. It can be extremely worrisome. You're not making a good case for yourselves here, you know. So, well, the survey was conducted by Innovative Research Group between February 17th and 20th using an online panel. No margin of error can be assigned due to the fact the survey did not use a random probability-based sample. Yeah, it was self-reported, huh? All right.